About to apply some sunscreen because I'm getting older and you know, I'm getting wrinkles and shit.
Yeah.
And today we are not at Keen Ramps World Headquarters. We are in Encinitas, California World Headquarters at the Pood Skate Park, and we're celebrating our good friend Dan Corgan's entrance into the pro ranks. He is a professional skateboarder now. And we went to a little unveiling and presented his board to him, and it was great. It was special. I'm happy to be invited and just be in the mix.
You're a big part of Dan's life.
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Not only did Dan work in the shop, but he also used to run the YouTube channel. And that was right before Dan started his own YouTube channel.
But he did like pioneer Keen Ramps having a YouTube presence.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. He was working for me, and you know, not to like knock or diss Dan, but he wasn't a great laborer. His attention to detail wasn't awesome. He's chatty, but we all love his chattiness, and like I love a good Dan conversation.
And the charisma, his charisma is like great.
Yeah, and at the time, like I think everyone has great qualities, and I always try to find those great qualities and foster them. So it was something where everyone that worked alongside him was like, oh, Dan messed this up, or Dan slowed me down, or Dan did this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but Dan, he's a special guy, and he has a lot of great qualities. Let's celebrate those qualities.
Yeah.
So then when the YouTube thing happened, it was something I had on like a to-do list, a very long, like, eventually I'm gonna do this for the brand.
Yeah.
And one of them was YouTube. And very quickly we were getting crazy views, and then he ended up starting his channel. He kind of like got the ball rolling for us. And it's just cool to see his growth as a skateboarder, as a professional. You know, he's essentially he's his own business, and now like him getting a pro board is
It's great.
it's huge. It's monumental, and like I feel very fortunate to firsthand like see everything that unfolded for him, and I wish him nothing but the best, and I hope it just keeps going.
Is Dan the first Keen Ramps employee to go pro?
Ooh. Yeah, probably.
He is. I think he is.
Go.
Dude, you've been putting sunscreen on for 5.5 minutes.
Chris is putting on a demo. I haven't really skated. I'm not really feeling skatey, but I love that pyramid. It's my favorite pyramid. So I just want to nollie heel this, and I'm done here.
It honestly looks like a harsh angle, like a weird one.
It kind of is. Like, it's easier the more perpendicular I go to it.
Yeah.
But then I gotta like swerve in, and then it kills a bunch of speed.
Yeah.
I'm only basing this trick off of one time I came here, and I did it really easy, like in 3 tries.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what I do here.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell ride.
That one. I thought it would just be like fun to let people know where he came from, origin stories, mine with him and Dale's with his.
Yeah, do you remember how I got the job? Do you remember when we first met?
It's Cherry.
It was Cherry
It's
Skate Park.
Cherry Park. It was like an early morning. I was on this like 7 a.m. skate Cherry Park kick.
Yeah.
And I ran into you. I think we just chatted. You were like, "Oh yeah, I was a foreman, asphalt company."
Well, I was like, "Yeah, I did blacktop, and then I was doing
Yeah.
MOT and stuff like that." Because I was up at 7 a.m. because I was still in Eastern time in my head. I had just got out here. You're one of the first people that I talked
Really?
to, and you were like, "Oh yeah, like Corey Keene," and I think I was just like, "Oh, like Keene Ramps are like exactly like Keene Ramps," and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." We chit chatted. And then I was just doing I was just getting any work that I possibly could for a little bit. I mean, Dale knows. I was doing pizza deliveries. I was doing weed deliveries. And then I eventually, somehow I reached out to you, I think. Or
Well,
maybe
I tried to give you a job immediately.
Then, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I needed somebody, and I think, like, I got your number, and then a few nights later, I was like, "Oh, come to my house and skate my mini ramp." I was like,
Yeah.
"I'll get to know this guy a little bit better."
Oh, and Amy Caron.
Yeah.
That's
Amy
right.
was there, and,
That's right.
and Tennessee Terrence.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
And we all hung out and skated, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'd love for you to, like, come work." And you're like, "Nah, I'm good. Like, I'm not really trying to work right now." I think you were just trying to skate.
I just got here because I was still on vacation. I didn't decide that I
Yeah.
was staying yet.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
a couple months went by, and then you, I think, reached out to me.
I think I did.
And I was like, "Yeah, cool."
Yeah.
Jump in.
That was like 2 years later, though.
It was quite a bit.
Yeah, because you somehow stretched out 20 grand over like a year and a half
Well,
to
no,
live
I
off
immediately had to send back $9,000 due to like unpaid electrical bills, and then there was some family
geez.
stuff. So like I was
of. Sounds about right.
Yeah, and so right. So I did pizza delivery, I did the weed delivery, and then I was doing all the stuff with Homage.
Yeah,
So I was
okay.
doing the Homage skate lessons
Yeah.
out here, and then they were just making up any reason to pay me. They're like, "Come fix our fence, come paint our door," like any excuse that they could have to give me some work. They were doing was super helpful. Like I always credit them and you with the only reason that I could even not just do the YouTube thing, but to actually like even stay in California. Because literally like 1 week paycheck away from having to move back for like a long time.
Just,
Some stranger that totally wasn't the Powerful Altitude.
dude, words getting around.
You know what I mean? I'm so recognizable from a distance. But yeah, so I started working for you. And when I first started working, you didn't have anyone besides, because what you call just left. It was just Travis. It was just Travis.
Well, okay, but this is fast forward to like almost the pandemic. Like you got the job, and I remember this very clearly because you were at my house every other night for almost 3 years showering.
Yeah.
Right before the pandemic, I think the summer before is when you got a job at Keene Ramps.
Yeah.
Doing like labor.
Yeah, he was working
Yeah.
in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you started a YouTube eventually.
Yeah, and then pandemic hit, and Dan was the only, like, soldier left by my side. Because, like, everybody who worked for me either, you know, kind of got scared or was like, "Oh, the marshals are going to come." It was that unknown time of COVID.
Yeah.
And it was just me and Dan.
Yeah. And then we got Adrian, thank God.
Yeah, then Adrian jumped
Yeah.
in the mix.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget, we had, like, I don't know, 400 orders, like, because as soon as the world shut down,
Dude.
we got a ton of orders.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Where'd all my guys go?"
Yeah.
And for a couple weeks, it was just me and Dan.
Yeah. You were a big laborer. You were right back in the mix. We were doing that, and the way that the YouTube thing started was we talked about me maybe doing a channel because
Yeah.
I was already friends with Dale. Dale was already doing YouTube. I was already in his videos, and people in his audience were like, "Oh, you should do YouTube." And
Everyone, including myself, had been telling you since day one that you need to start a channel.
yeah, and Corey, being the intelligent person that he was, this is the first thing that he said to me about it. We were at the Nelk Boys' house. YouTube was in the air, and he said to me, he was like, "Hey," because I had no money.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'll tell you what, I needed a laptop to edit on." He's like, "I'll buy you a top of the line laptop. I'll buy you a camera."
I said that?
Yeah, you said, "I'll buy you a laptop, a camera, all this stuff if I get 10% of what your YouTube channel gets for the next like 5 years." was
Oh,
the deal.
yeah. I kind of pitched you like an investor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
sick. And I would
Damn,
remember-
that would have came in clutch now, knowing.
Exactly.
Knowing.
Yeah, it would have worked out. It would have definitely paid off. But I remember like that's when the discussion started where I was like,
Yeah.
"Man, I really want to do the YouTube thing." And he was so sick about like, "Okay, well, you're working 5 days a week right now. Let's bump it down to 4. That's gonna give you an extra day to go do the YouTube stuff." So I would
Yeah.
literally get off work, immediately rush to a skate park, film a part of a video, film a talking bit in the shop.
Yeah, and it was like we would do one a week.
Yeah, and then I was doing it for you too.
Yeah.
But 50% of the Keen Ramps videos were filmed across the street of my house in the church parking lot on the box that you gave me to skate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd always be like, hey, can you come help me film a video for Keen Ramps real quick?
Yeah.
And it was always like you ran through the list of like how to 50, how to 5-0, how to Smith, how to nose grind, how to front nose.
Well, you were the face then. Like you were the known face in YouTube, so I'd always be like, oh, let me get Dale to be the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Because he has like a big following, and then we would do all the tutorial stuff.
And now we do that to you.
Yeah.
Well, and then he grew my mustache. Yeah, we switched places.
Yeah.
That's the story. It's just kind of cool. It's cool seeing you now, like, you stuck to your guns on the YouTube thing, and you've kind of become one of the biggest, like, skate YouTubers.
It's kind of crazy how it worked out, and I cannot stress this enough, and I know I said this to you personally, but, like, if it wasn't for... Because it wasn't just like, oh, like, we'll drop you down to 4 days a week. He literally did this the whole way out so I can make the transition comfortably. Like, when I wasn't making enough money doing YouTube when I first started, he was like, okay, come into the shop 1 or 2 days a week. Call me if you want to. It got to the point where he was like, hey, if you need like an extra couple days, come in. Oh, we're going to go do a build on, Saturday at Jack Black's house. You can get a video out of it, and I'll pay you for labor. Like, this man went way out of his way to make sure that I could do what I do. So I'm forever grateful for that. That's why, Keen Ramp will forever stay in my bio. If you ever want me to come by the shop and do stuff, I'm more than happy to.
Hell yeah.
Of course, the man behind the camera, too. Obviously, Dale's the other big reason I could do YouTube, because he, put me onto it and all that stuff. So I'm very, very grateful that it ended up being where I don't get a pro model boy for Pal Profit. I'm pretty excited.
Designed by. After all that, dude, you're not even pro.
It's technically pro.
I mean, 100% it is.
He keeps saying it.
He's 100% pro. As badly as Dan will sit here, fight tooth and nail to like say that he's not pro. Sorry.
Zirconium and nail.
You're pro.
I also want to touch on just like a really surreal moment I had earlier at the pizza place. I forget wherever we were at. Bucky Lassik's there.
Dude.
And
I know.
Sam Naga. And Mike McGill.
Yeah.
And
Cab.
Yeah. And they're all like hyping you up with your board.
Dude.
You're signing your board that they're like, oh,
Dude.
thanks, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it
what
literally.
the fuck?
I mean, for me, it was like you guys were all video game characters to me. Because, like, the dream that you have, like, coming from the East Coast, it was, like, more realistic, where it was like, oh, I hope I can, like, make it and maybe get my name on a board for a very small company or something like that. And when that didn't work out for me in my early 20s, here I am, I'm 38 years old. The ship didn't even sail. Like, the lake is dried up. There's no like, the fact that this is working out for me now, and then I have, like, people like Steve Caballero, people who I looked up to, Sam Naga, who invented Switch, Mike McGill invented the McTwist, Bucky Lasik, hometown hero of mine from Baltimore, saying, hey, we're real proud of you, we're happy for you, like, dapping me up it was one of those things when it's happening, it's really awkward. Like, I'm like, oh, these pro skaters don't know how to act. And then the second I get to myself in the car alone, I'm like, holy shit. Like, I cannot believe that this actually worked out this way. That because it feels very much that it happened to me. I didn't feel like that I necessarily, don't get me wrong, I was like doing work to do it, but there was so much happenstance and other people like helping me out that make this all happen. And it feel insanely fortunate that I get to be here, because 5 years ago when I was working for your shop and not sure exactly what I was going to do, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm just going to work this shop, because he has it laid out to where you can still skate on Fridays. We have half days on Fridays because you would work more hours the week before. And I remember thinking like, oh, this is it. I can skate I got a 3-day weekend. I can skate 3 days a week all day. And now it's like, all I do is skate. It's definitely a complete trip. It's pretty fun.
And you just like transcended so many barriers and broke down so many stereotypes with you being a YouTube skater, which isn't really a thing anymore. Everybody's on YouTube now. The companies, like some of the most core dudes, like Pedro Delfino, like has a channel.
It's a dead combo.
Killer Pizza, Figgy.
Yeah.
It's like that stigma's pretty much gone, and so much so that like the pioneers of skateboarding are like, Dan Corgan, autograph your board for my wall. Like, dude.
I think I'd actually have to give credit where credit is due, though. I think the first skateboarding YouTuber to leave that sort of format of like it being like, hey, we're skating a board made out of this, is my format is the last couple times that Dale and me went out, it was just us going out and skating and him filming that and making up like a joke around title around that. And I remember that's when I was like, oh, I could do YouTube if I do it like that. Like if I just goof around with my friends and that's the video. and that's the format that I followed. So I think Dale is the first person to find a format that's authentic.
Yeah.
To where the quote unquote core skate industry is like, where skaters are like, oh, like I can relate this. This is cool.
You don't have to change the way you talk.
Yeah, I don't need a brainstorm. Because I remember when we first started skating, he was like, what's the video going to be about? I need a title, I need a thumbnail. And then it ended up being like, let's just go to outdoor vans. Let's go to indoor vans and dork around. And that ended up
you
being
didn't
the
have to
video.
do like, what are we gonna put trucks on?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
What can we kickflip next? And it's like just the
Yeah.
same 50.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that. For so long, it was just us going and skating, and I would title the video "Flip Tricks."
Yeah,
Like that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Like the selling in aspect of
Yeah.
it. Or like, I think it would be like, you know, like wild skate spot, and it would be like us skating the anchor spot in San Pedro or something
Yeah.
like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Love
times.
that.
Look at all of us balding
Yeah.
white guys,
Yeah.
you know?
3 mid-sized white
Yeah,
guys.
that's what Angela calls us.
The 3 mid-sized white guys.
Mid-sized white guys.
You guys are short.
Yeah.
Dale's like 5'11"?
Almost.
5'10" and a half. We're the
Short.
same height.
Little bitch, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.